Bronny James, he's 7 for 28 in 4 preseason games from the field. He's 2 for 13, I believe, from three-point range. He's got 8 assists and 8 turnovers. He's moving into year 2. This guy is not an NBA player. LeBron James, in my view, and I think Scap is going to back me up here, has come up and faked some sort of injury. I don't think LeBron is comfortable with Luka Doncic and the direction the organization is moving, and perhaps wants his way out, and maybe is trying to force his way out. So, Scap, I'm going to let you frame this up for me. For what's going on with LeBron, and is it connected, and what do you think about what's going on with Bronny James and this whole deal where from Shedeur Sanders to Arch Manning, these second-generation kids seem to be disasters that are being forced upon us?
Yeah, Jason, wow, there's a lot there to unpack. I think you're right, it all does stem from LeBron James, though, and his really fractured relationship at this point with the Lakers. It began, back into the summertime when Luka Doncic was notified that the team was about to sell. That was a bit of a, like an earth-shattering, like groundbreaking moment. The Lakers sold for a record-breaking evaluation at the time. And LeBron had no idea that it was coming. He obviously, his confidant, Jeannie Buss, has remained. She's still like the governor of the team or something. So she's still highly involved. But the fact that LeBron was not informed about that deal prior to it being made, and the fact that Luka Doncic was, I believe that really started the rift between LeBron and organization. Couple that with the fact that obviously Rob Pelinka and the upper crust, if you will, of the Lakers front office, they're building towards Luka right now. And of course, they should be working towards the future. But LeBron, in his infinite and really fragile ego, he just can't take it, I don't think. He has never been like the sun to every solar system that he's been in throughout the entirety of his NBA career. So it's off of the court, Jason, and it's on the court that they're going to be funneling things more through Luka. And I think, quite frankly, LeBron didn't want any part of this, but he had no contingency. There was no exit strategy, if you will. Like, where was he going to go if he declined his player option in the summer? What were the options? He was either going to have to take like a veteran minimum or a mini mid-level exception to play on a contender. Could his ego take that, going from $55 million a year to like $3 or $4 million a year? So the other option would have been take a lot of money and go to some garbagey team and just jack up 20 shots a game. I don't think any of those were appealing for LeBron. So he activated his player option with the Lakers. And now I think he's just kind of trying to figure out what's next for him. What's next for him right now, though, Jason, is, again, you hit the nail on the head. He's faking some kind of nerve inflammation, like a sciatica issue. He's going to miss the first 3 to 4 weeks in the into the regular season. It's gonna stream over. So in the interim, we've gotten a good look at Junior, as you mentioned.
Hold for 1 second. I've asked you to unpack too much. Let's put a pin there and stick to LeBron James. Steve, what do you make of what Scap is breaking down as it relates to LeBron James and the Lakers' relationship?
Well, if LeBron is the sun, I want a sunset. I mean, good grief. So if he's already out a couple of weeks, well, then there's good news. He's already in midseason form. And I'm sure you guys have seen that meme where the two Spider-Men are kind of like pointing at each other, right? So this is like two sides saying, you're holding me hostage. And the other side's like, no, you're holding me hostage. This is like a double hostage situation. I mean, I'm just like, one guy can't wait to leave, and the other side probably can't wait for him to leave. And I have a question. As a Laker fan in recess, I don't know all the NBA collective bargaining rules. I don't care about that anymore. But should LeBron depart, either by trade or he just retires, are we stuck with Bronny Jr. after that? I never had really thought about it till this subject came up, and I'm like, I may be a Laker fan in recess longer than I thought. That is depressing. Ugh.
Go ahead, Scap.
Let me interject in here real quick. I think LeBron overplayed his hand. Ultimately, I think he overestimated his own value and importance at this stage. I think he felt that if he activated the player option, it would be the best of two worlds. He could then get himself to a contender like, say, Dallas, for instance, still save face by making the big money because it's trading from the Lakers. But Dallas doesn't want anything to do with that, nor does any other high-level contender. Why would you want to trade away valuable pieces to bring in this prima donna for what, 1 year, maybe 2 at most? And then, Steve, to your point, Bronny's coming with. Like, they're not, it's going to be a package deal. So LeBron thinks, again, he's overplayed his hand here. Not only can I dupe some contender into taking my 55 mil, I'll get him to bring my bum son along with me too. Nobody wants this arrangement. So he's stuck in Lakerland here for the year. And unfortunately, the Lakers are stuck with him.
Jason, I know you don't go through this because you only fly first in business class. For us plebes, this is like when you go to Southwest Airlines. You got a good seat, right? And then there's a seat right next to you that's open. You don't care who sits next to you. But then all of a sudden, that woman with the crying infant sits right next to you, and you're like, oh, my God. So basically, Bronny is the unwanted carry-on. Got you, Scap. Got you.
He's got a 4-year deal. Bronny does. And it seems the Lakers seem stuck with him, and for the moment, they seem stuck with LeBron. This is a crash landing that I did not anticipate. And I can see why LeBron is caught off guard. That hey, the television ratings are built around me. If I'm not in the finals, I don't make a deep run in the finals, the ratings go down. I don't blame LeBron for overplaying his hand or overestimating his hand. He may not have overplayed, he just may have overestimated it, and he's caught between a rock and a hard place. I'm sitting here right now trying to think of what the analogy would be. What superstar player has had a potential crash landing like this? And will people at ESPN and in the mainstream sports media, will they be allowed to talk about, honestly, like, what's going on with LeBron James? Because, I'm not sure, Clutch Sports and Rich Paul may have so much influence that this never gets talked about in a real way.
The other thing, Jason, is to it, LeBron has lucked out, as he typically does, because he just jumps around and straps himself to whatever superstar players he can get to. He's got Luka Doncic. He's married himself somehow to Luka Doncic, who looks like he's poised for an absolute career year. Luka, who's already an elite all-time peak that we've seen. Now he's lost, reportedly around 50 pounds in the offseason. He's actually taking his nutrition and his working out. He's taking that element of his game seriously. Jason, he was unstoppable in the Eurobasket tournament. Unstoppable. He averaged 35 points per game in that tournament, which nobody other than Giannis Antetokounmpo scored more than 24 per game. And Giannis only himself scored 27. Luka looked fantastic last night. He made his debut in the preseason. I think he scored 25 points in 22 minutes last night. So to put it in a better way here, Luka is going to be the makeup on LeBron's pig this year. He's going to make LeBron look a lot better than he would otherwise.
Well, here's what's possibly transpired, and we can transition into, the Bronny. And LeBron may not have the leverage to get Bryce into the NBA. And because I do think that was his plan. He may not have the leverage to keep Bronny in the NBA. And I know Bronny's got this contract, and if he sticks with the Lakers, maybe it's inevitable. But if LeBron ever has to really force his way out, that may be the end of Bronny's career. That's where LeBron has potentially miscalculated, because his greed, his desire to play with his son may end up blowing up in his face. This has turned into a tragic soap opera moment.
Well, I swear, my last airline analogy. Every airline says you get to bring on one carry-on. You don't really get two, okay? You already got Bronny. You're going to have to, pack that other thing and pay the $50. Good grief.
LeBron may have to pay for Bryce to play. But anyway, I don't know if he's got the leverage to get Bryce in. He may be forced into retirement or something really embarrassing.
You know, guys, he was asked on media day, LeBron was asked pointedly about if he's waiting around for Bryce. And there was like about a minute, 90-second meandering response that he had. And it wasn't a denial. You know, he was kind of making jokes. He said, I don't know if we're on the same time frame or not. But it was certainly not a strong denial that wasn't ultimately in the back of his head, and that is something that he is planning towards, is trying to play with both of his kids on one team.
We've got a comment from the Peanut Gallery. Justin has chimed in that Bryce James is better than Bronny, and he's 6'6" and still potentially growing. Scap, do you believe that to be true, that Bryce is a better NBA prospect than Bronny, which isn't saying much? You and Steve Kim might be better prospects, but go ahead.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's apples and oranges, I think, Jason, and that it's like rotting apples to rotting oranges. It's like two fruits that are outside of their primes already that we're comparing with Bryce and Bronny. I'll say this though. Bryce certainly can't be any worse than Bronny has been as an NBA prospect or an NBA player for that matter. I'm sure we're going to get into that here in a moment, and we could talk about really just adding the context of how bad Bronny is. So at least like this commenter noted, though, Bryce is at least 6'6", maybe going to hit 6'7", 6'8". I mean, Bronny was listed at 6'4" in his junior year of high school. When he gets into the NBA Combine, he measures in at 6'2". And by the way, they're measured in shoes. So how tall is Bronny really? Like 6 foot, 6'1"? It's just crazy that this guy's supposed to be a 3-and-D guy that's supposed to guard like 1 through 3, and he's a 6'1" kid.
If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss a moment of Fearless.